was born without tear ducts. That might have been somebody laughing. Because we're all trapped inside.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you for tuning in to Plus Time, a live stream comedy show to get us all through this. I'm your host, Jameson Rogers, and as always, I'm here to remind you that even though things suck right now, there is at least a possibility that they won't always suck. They say comedy is just tragedy. We're always in the midst of more tragedies, but, you know, if we keep moving forward and we keep using whatever extra time we have to create things, we can look back on this one day and laugh, right? That is if the world continues to spin. Getting us started off right is my co-host of 77 episodes and my brother of 29 years, Drew Rogers. What's up, Drew? Oh, no.
I was going to
back at that.
Oh,
nice.
I forgot to do the zoom in.
Yeah, okay. I'll help you out. Boom. Yep. That is once again. Again, I don't think that was the one that I actually chose for the yearbook. I think the one that I chose for the yearbook was the one that you have also there probably, where I'm holding a camera and then went on to do very little filmmaking in my life. But I'm trying. I like it. I've participated in a lot. Yeah. Anyway, what's up with you,
good.
dude? Mm-hmm. Oh, you froze. Or I froze. Somebody froze. Was it Elsa? I didn't see that movie. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, no. Can you hear me?
Am I back? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
We're hearing each other.
Awesome. And we're all like moving in time and stuff too, I think. Let's see.
Yep. Plus in the time like we always do.
Yeah.
Over here.
I applied for college. That's new.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, very exciting. How do you feel about that?
College or any sort of school in a decade now. Yeah. And, you know, I feel like I'm like at that angle right now with my camera. I looked up and it was like, it's not.
I think angle, just like put our laptops under our faces and just like this the whole time. Just one episode, you know.
Perfect.
And
Let's
don't
lose our entire audience in one fail swoop.
Yeah, like Jameson, we were doing really well, but then your cavernous nostrils really threw everybody off.
Why do we have to do the nostril special?
Hey, I had an idea.
We didn't even market it. I mean, we just kept calling it that. We didn't market it or anything.
Hey, say in the comments if you would watch our nostril special and if you would want to participate in it. You know?
Yeah, we want to know if it's just going to be boogers and regret.
Mm-hmm. It almost always is boogers and regret. Mm-hmm. Am I right?
You're not wrong. And that's right.
Oh no! It's just me. Donde está mi hermano? Well, what's up, everybody? That we got a comment coming through here. Trey says that he would watch the hell out of the nostril special. Thank you, Trey. Much appreciated. And you know, you're welcome to be on that, and we'll all just do a lot of that, right? What's up, dude? Did we both have Wi-Fi issues at the same time that time?
I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
ended up making just my phone a hotspot for now because
Oh,
it
really?
was like I'm done dealing with that.
Well, in case you missed it, Trey is very on board for the nostril special. So.
Oh,
Yep.
one vote. One vote.
One vote and one
One
void.
vote for
John
that.
Voight is also on board, which
One
I
vote
have
for the
conflicted feelings
nostrils.
about. Joe says yes. What the nostril special? We're pro nostril special. Oh, she'd watch the nostril special. Good. You know what, Drew? I think we have to do the nostril special at this point. It's what the world wants. One thing that we have been itching to talk is the Marvel situation that is happening. Always, as we are always kind of excited to talk about big old Marvel heads over here. We like DC things, some of them, right? But they don't get you as excited, these days. You know what I mean? Like they dropped that trailer for the Black Adam movie with The Rock, and it just kind of looks like another Rock movie. You know what I mean? It's like, this looks all right,
Yeah.
And then the Shazam 2,
Hawkman
like
is
I'll
very
watch that.
disappointing looking in that.
What? Who is?
Hawkman, especially.
Hawkman,
like,
yeah.
She's like, oh, come on.
I love Hawkman too, so it's kind of a bummer.
Just like the wings look bad.
Yeah. Speaking of like CGI that is not ideal, have you heard all this stuff that's happening with like VFX houses like not wanting to work for Marvel because their turnaround is so huge?
No.
Like, oh my god, there's so many it went from, let's see, in 2008 there was 2 movies that came out, and like last year there was like 4 movies and like 6 series, and it's just like all of them are super CGI heavy, and now it's getting to the point where like they're just like, all right, let's just pump out all this stuff, and like as a fan you're like, hell yeah, more of this, always, forever. But like like VFX people are like, stop doing this to us, I am so tired. You know what I mean? I read this one article. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up actually here. I don't know if I'll share it to the screen or not. It says, I'm a VFX artist and I'm tired of getting pixel fucked by Marvel. And basically they go on to say that like there's, they're always kind of changing stuff like in the middle of the process and be like, oh yeah, I know that you just spent like 5 days on that, but can we like go back and just do this completely different? And by the way, this needs to be out by like 2 weeks from now or whatever. And it's like, anyway, that's like kind of the bummer thing that's happening behind the scenes. And I just want to say, and I think maybe we mentioned this last week too, I'll wait. You know what I mean? Like I love Marvel, and it is in no small part kept me sane over the past couple years. You know what I mean? But like the real heroes here are the VFX people who are making all the impossible stuff possible. And it's like, if they tell you like, hey, we can't get that out right away, could we move the date a couple months? Do it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. I'll wait a little longer if people aren't miserable. You know what I mean? But that said, I would literally just pump it into my veins. Good. So, but like, let's go ahead and talk about some of the upcoming phases, the stuff that was announced the other day. Oh, yeah, but here's the thing I forgot to mention, as I often do. The thing that sets us apart from all the Jimmys and Jameses late night is we got us a Drew, right? Andy Richter can't do what this Drew draws.
Suck it, Andy Richter.
Suck it, Andy Richter. We're, very much outspoken on this show. Fuck you, Andy Richter. But also, I love you, and you should come on the show. You're a good guy.
Absolutely.
Seem like
you're great.
Dude. Yeah. But Drew draws things, and if you see little characters and stuff, like you see the Squeezecast logo up there in the corner there, or the plane at the beginning, the Stan Lee behind your shoulder there, like all kinds of stuff, Drew drawed it, And
I did
so
draw
like
it.
he drawed it. And by the end of the show, a lot of times, yeah, with his hands, he
with
hand
bare
draws.
mitts.
And one thing he does throughout the show is like, we'll have our whole ass conversation, and Drew will be talking and also drawing at the same time, which is not something I can do. I know that much. I passed out one time trying to chew gum and sit in a chair at the same time. So Drew, very talented, as we all know. Uh, and so keep your eyes out for the tapestry that we will see at the end of the episode. My good friend D says, Senor Tukes, because as you can see, my name is Tukes this week, courtesy of last week's guest, Joe Bates. Drew still gets to be Drew. That's fine. You know. But let's talk about the upcoming Marvel things. I'm going to go ahead and put Phase 5 up on the screen here. All right. So, like as we know, like we got the trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which is heartbreakingly sad and exciting. But that'll be like the cap off, and I guess maybe She-Hulk too. The end of Phase 4, which people seem to have mixed feelings about. I was like a big fan of it all. But Phase 5, they kind of announced the whole lineup, and so we're getting Quantumania, the new Ant-Man movie, featuring Bill Murray and Jonathan Majors as Kang and MODOK apparently. So
interesting.
Yeah, pretty exciting to have that happen. Like it seems like a kind of a big deal as far as like Ant-Man stuff. It's pretty cool. He gets to do that. And he says his name is Drod. So your name is Drod. We can change it maybe later in the thing. Okay, so we got Quantumania. That one looks pretty cool. Secret Invasion. If you're not a comic book person, you might not know, but like Drew, you want to talk about that one a little bit? I'll take this down off the screen for a minute.
Which one?
We'll just do kind of one by one. Secret Invasion.
So these things are messing with my eyes. So Secret Invasion is a book where you find out that the entire planet has been like quietly taken over or like
infiltrated
by Skrulls, which are like the green people from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, and the end of Far From Home.
Yeah. And from Captain Marvel.
Right.
I already said that.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. They are slowly taking places of people.
Yeah, and they're shapeshifties.
They're shapeshifties, and they're taking people's place altogether, like taking them and whoop.
And that's something I am unclear on. It's been a little while since I've read like a Secret Invasion or just like a comic featuring Skrulls. I can't remember. Do they have to like kill the person in order to take over, or do they just like look at them? Okay, cool.
They can just look at somebody and mimic them.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I was thinking for a second they had to do that, and I was like, it makes them a lot less sympathetic, but they don't have to do that. Yeah. That's something else. That's like something else. I don't remember. But anyway, so the implications of that are really exciting, like for the universe, because we know that next year when the Secret Invasion show happens, we're gonna find out that at least like a handful of characters that we've already met and like known and loved throughout this universe have been replaced by Skrulls at various points in time. You know, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. We ranted a little bit. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago. We ranted a little bit about how just like.
Are you frozen or am I
frozen? And all this stuff, and they've.
Never mind.
You were for a second, but now you're unfrozen, or maybe I was.
You were.
In the comments, tell us who was frozen. Anyway, so like that one's really exciting, and it's good that like the kind of the fair weather fans are seeing now, like, oh yeah, I'm an idiot for thinking that you weren't going anywhere with this. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. And those are projects that have already been announced or whatever. And most of the stuff in Phase 5 like had already been announced previously, but now we have dates for stuff and a couple other things that like hadn't previously been announced. So Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's probably the one that I'm most excited for. Except for the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special that is supposed to come out in this probably December, but it seems like they're just like doing kind of surprise holiday things. because like they still have not officially announced the Werewolf by Night special.
Right, yeah. It'd be fun if they just toss it out, but I doubt they would do that.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
I said it'd be fun if they were to just toss that out, but I doubt that they would do that.
I kind of think they will. Like with Disney Plus, they kind of have the power to do that. They can just be like,
That is
all right,
true.
and now it exists. You know what I mean? So I kind of get the feeling that's what they're going to do with Werewolf by Night, because by all accounts, all these like leakers and all these people are saying that like Werewolf by Night is definitely coming out at Halloween. But here we are, you know, at the end of July, and they have not announced it. So it's probably going to be, if any notice, it'll be like September at D23, and they'll just be like, hey, you know, here's this Halloween special coming out and the Guardians of the Galaxy special coming out. I'm very excited about those, but Guardians 2 is my favorite movie in the MCU. So pretty pumped about that. Let's see what else we got coming up after Guardians 3. Loki season 2. Big fan of Loki. It wasn't my favorite of the show. Which is your favorite of the show so far, Drew?
Daredevil.
Oh yeah, see, that's what like. I mean, that show is just incredible. Which, you know, we'll go ahead and skip on down to the Daredevil Born Again show that comes out next year.
I'm so excited to
2020,
hear that.
Yeah, it's crazy. They ordered 18 episodes, and like Kevin Feige keeps saying that it's like okay, now Daredevil and Spider-Man are the head of the on the ground Earth level heroes or whatever, street level heroes. That is very exciting.
Spider-Man got to be a part of all of that too.
Right, exactly.
Like, oh yeah, he was a part of all that chaos. Now he's here. Just
yeah.
Hey, I'm just your friendly neighborhood
Spider-Man. Exactly. It's very exciting. I'm pumped about that. And 18 episodes is like, it seems like a lot, but like there were 13 episodes, the episodes they did for Netflix, and it was just like a lot of what they on Disney Plus now is it's just like, and it's like, okay, fine. But like with Daredevil, I think they did a really good job. Like every episode, like a different thing. Like it feels like a show. It feels like it's a show on purpose. Yeah. And then like by the end, it's just like unfolds in a way that's kind of epic and beautiful. Anyway, so doing more of that is going to be probably slightly different. But also the fact that they just released like the Deadpool movies and Logan on Disney, that they're like, yeah, I'm fine with like, you know,
they're gonna
doing
start
some stuff that's like a little outside of the realm. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was curious about the timeline again. Can you put it up?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry. Okay, so then we got. Go ahead.
I couldn't tell, or I couldn't remember if Ironheart was before the next Captain America. But hey, Sam Wilson's getting his own Captain America movie.
Absolutely. Yep. New World
Captain
Order.
America, the New World Order.
Yeah.
Or new. There's no the. Damn.
No the. Yeah. No the. Marvels. I'm very excited about. Because that's. I don't think it's unfair to say that the first Captain Marvel is like a little bit of a disappointment. It's not a bad movie. It's just like not as exciting as a lot of the other ones. I'm very excited about the sequel though, because I like the director Nia DaCosta. She did like the new Candyman. She did this movie called Little. Lily. I forget Lily's name too. Doesn't matter. Nia DaCosta, pretty cool director, and I think she's going to do a good job with the Marvels. Nerds are still watching, and that is what I love, because you nerds are the best, and I love you nerds. You're the best. All right, they didn't really say anything about Blade at Comic-Con.
Huh?
I'm saying they didn't really mention Blade at all at Comic-Con, but I mean, we know it's coming, and I don't really think they said anything really about Blade, but I think that is kind of strategic too. Part of me thinks that, like, you know, because the original trilogy was R-rated and people are very much like, as soon as Blade was announced, they're like, well, you got to make it R, man, you got to make it R, and if they're okay with like Deadpool being that or whatever, I think they're okay maybe
Mhm.
with doing that with Blade. But I don't know. We'll see what kind of delineations they make as far
Yeah.
as like this one's safe for your child to see. You know what I mean? But if you're gonna do that with anything, like do it with the dark stuff. Like, I mean, give me like Moon Knight and Blade and Ghost Rider. It's like absolutely let that be as messed up and supernatural and scary as you can, you know? Whoops. All right. What else we got here? Ironheart, very exciting. We kind of got our first look at her in the Wakanda Forever teaser. That character is very fun. Riri Williams. Basically, she like reverse engineers some Iron Man armor, and in the comics, she's just like Iron Man's like, dude, that's pretty impressive. You want to be Iron Man now, pretty much. And like, we're not gonna get that interaction, unfortunately, but it's still pretty exciting. Said that. Oh yeah, Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which was originally titled what,
House of Harkness or something.
something
Yeah.
like that, for Agatha Harkness from the House of Harkness, yeah, from WandaVision, and the rumor on that is that the other witches in the Coven of Chaos are Catherine O'Hara and Hannah Waddingham
I love that.
from Ted Lasso, which is like, this sounds very fun. Yeah.
It does.
So looking forward to that. And let's see, and then of course, yeah, and then Captain America: New World Order, which, oh wait, you know what? This picture doesn't have as the last one from Phase 5, which is Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Which
That'll be
yeah,
fun.
that one's very exciting.
They've
Yeah.
been so
You
in
want
the
to talk about
streets for
Thunderbolts a
that
little
one
bit?
for a bit.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like Damage Control building its own Avengers, and it's going to be the Thunderbolts.
Oh, okay. Do you think that Valentina is affiliated with Damage Control, or is she separately building the Dark Avengers?
I think she's probably maybe a bit of both. I don't know. There's lots of evil secret sex in in comic books. I'm done.
Sorry, no, that just reminded me. I started watching Deadpool 2 again last night, and like when he first goes to the orphanage or whatever, and he's like, he's making fun of that one guy, and he calls him Jared Kushner, and then he says, he's like, "You stay here with your secret sex lips." It's like such a weird insult, but I didn't think about that before. It made me laugh a lot last night. Anyway. But yeah, Thunderbolts is pretty exciting. It's very much kind of like the Marvel version of Suicide Squad, in that it's just like a, kind of like a bunch of villains and anti-heroes that are kind of gathered by the government to do tasks
and kind of replace the Avengers. God damn, I can't talk.
You're good,
replace the Avengers like with their own people.
Yeah, which that's pretty exciting, because I mean, just the implications of what that team is going to be. The one that I'm like was really hoping to see though, like, is the team's namesake, but unfortunately we lost the actor pretty recently. In the comics, Red Hulk like turns out to be a character that we've seen in the MCU several times now, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah, played by William Hurt, who we unfortunately lost a few months ago. But I would have loved to see like what he did with that. But you know what? Like, multiverse the way it is now, bring Sam Elliott in. I don't give a shit. Like, whatever you got, or just like move on.
Which, speaking of just like whole multiverse thing, it was awesome that we got the Spider-Mans, but I wish we would have seen other versions of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we were just talking about that yesterday.
It's a bummer that they couldn't be like, even the one that died, with the statue couldn't have been just like, oh, here's Willie. We found him on the street.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I was kind of hoping like when it was confirmed like Sam Raimi's doing it, and of course Bruce Campbell's going to be in it. I was like, oh, he's going to be an alternate Doctor Strange. That would be cool. Don't get me wrong, I'm very happy with Pizza Papa. Like, that's a great character, and I think it's really funny that like at Comic-Con somebody asked Bruce Campbell if he intended to come back more as Pizza Papa, and he was like, oh yeah, I got a 3-picture deal, and it was like reported as like, hey, he got a 3-picture deal as Pizza Papa, and he's like, no, I'm Bruce Campbell, dude. Like, I just say shit sometimes, you know. That was very funny. Anyway, yeah, like I did think that was kind of weird, especially like the first movie after setting the precedent with No Way Home, that it's like, oh look, you know. But you know, we got a brand new Mr. Fantastic, which I hope does not stick. Which brings us to Phase 6, which they also announced. First one, Fantastic Four. Very excited about that one. And you know, like, we've been on the show and off the show, like, speculating about who was going to play the Fantastic Four for a long time. But the thing is, they also announced 2 Avengers movies. One, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which today was announced is going to be directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who did Shang-Chi and The Legend of the Ten Rings. Which that's very exciting because that movie rules. Just the bus scene by itself is just so incredible. And so just like, I'm really excited to see what he does with that. But here's what my thought is. Drew, do you want to explain? I don't know if this is a tall order. Do you want to try to explain Kang for people who maybe don't know?
So they've gone heavily into the multiverse, right? At the end of Loki, you meet someone who is a variant of like everything. Like, he's seen everything up until one point, and when he dies, it kind of splits across time with different versions of him.
Yeah.
Attempt to take over every single timeline they're in. It's the same dude that's it's just like
across all these different
time is doing the same thing.
Yeah. So the one we've met so far is basically the nicest one that we will ever meet.
Yeah, they're
He
all
Who Remains.
Horrifying.
Yeah, and then the way that they present him is like he's like some kind of a, because he's trying to keep this prime timeline all just like in this little bottle. But then like they kill him. And now my variants. Dude, Kang is maybe my favorite villain. Like, I love Doom too. We can talk about that later. Doom, I'm very excited about, like, just whenever that happens. But yeah, so basically Kang, like, people are saying like, oh, Kang is not really like Thanos level though. Yeah, Kang is like so exciting as a villain, and just like as an actor, Jonathan Majors, like, he can do anything. I am fully like, I have full faith in that dude to do anything. Which brings me to this too. I just found this this post earlier. Somebody said, I had the opportunity. This is a short story. This is fun though. I had the opportunity to work with Jonathan Majors for 3 months, so I wanted to let you know what kind of person he is. And I think I don't know if this was with Ant-Man Quantumania or not, but it says, every time I see him on set, he acted professional and never slowed down production by talking on the phone or showing up late. Dude was always ahead of schedule. Jonathan would exercise in his flight suit between takes to keep flexible and fast, to the point I saw him ass out of a suit when he was stretching. We had a cool moment during rehearsals / walkthroughs where the one of the very large camera viewing tents lost its sandbags and it was threatening to blow into a grouping 4 1950s Vought F4 Corsairs, which at the time one was still moving via tug. As soon as I saw the tent buck, I sprinted into the way, and Jonathan did the exact same. We each grabbed opposing sides, and we kept it from blowing further down the runway, damaging the very expensive Korean War era planes. It was a pretty cool event. Jonathan gave me the nod as we had both had the same reaction. This was not Jonathan's job, but he ran out there anyways to stop things from going sideways. I only expect great things from him going forward, and at his core is a great dude. Awesome. I thought that was just like a nice little thing. Because again, like he's quickly become one of my favorite actors. If you haven't seen The Last Black Man in San Francisco, he's so good in that movie. It's like
Or
hauntingly good.
The Harder They Fall on Netflix.
I still have not watched that
Fucking
one. I've got to do
rad.
that.
It is awesome.
But
You should go watch it. Like
I
after
will.
the show.
You should watch Lovecraft Country whenever you get a
I've
chance
heard
to.
really good things.
He's
about
so good on that show. I mean, everybody's good on that show, but he's just like incredible on that.
Awesome. Yeah. I want
Anyway, so like, be excited about Kang the Conqueror. Like, one of the best villains. Very exciting, and just like by all accounts, a pretty cool dude. And then Drew,
with MODOK, who was one of just the dumbest.
the dumbest, yeah. Which I love, like that pairing, especially for an Ant-Man movie. I feel like that really works. Like, oh yeah, let's throw MODOK in there. But Drew, you want to talk about what Secret Wars is?
Yes. So Secret Wars is a story from, I just forgot the year. Pretty much all of Earth's heroes, or just like a select gathering, just find themselves on a moon or a planet. I think it's a planet. That like heroes and a bunch of villains, and they're like, what the shit is this? And they've been gathered on this planet to fight each other for the amusement of
The Beyonder is the guy.
Beyonder, that's right.
Yeah.
I kept wanting to say Mojo, but that's a different horrifying thing that puts together. But yeah, so that story is where Spider-Man ended up getting his black suit in the first place. It's also just chaos. It's like all of them are left to their own devices pretty much on this planet until they find like Reed Richards finds this thing, and how Peter finds the symbiote is Richards is like, oh, I found this thing that fixed my suit over there. And Peter's like, well, I'm going to go over to it.
Check that out.
Just like, oh, well, that black ball must be what he touched. All right.
Yeah. Did you, my screen cut out for a minute there. Did you talk about like the reason that story was written in the first place?
No.
Okay, so this is crazy. Like, because of like, I think it was like the 80s that this initially happened, and I forget who the writer was, but like because of like merchandising and because they had so many different characters that they wanted to sell, they were like, hey, can you make something that's literally all of them? And so at this point in Marvel canon, they're like 16, 17 years into like their canon, but there's like, how can we do a story that's everybody when so many people have died? And it's like, oh, we'll just make this character who could just like go through time and just them apart and bring them in. So what that implies for the Secret Wars movie is that like we're getting everybody back, like everybody. Unfortunately, we won't get our T'Challa, obviously, and that's a huge bummer. But the nature of the multiverse is like, maybe we'll get another T'Challa at some point, but I don't think we're in any rush at this point because we have another Black Panther coming up. Somebody else is going to be like donning the suit and carrying the mantle, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't help but think of that when they announced Secret Wars. I'm like, that's awesome. We're getting everybody. You know what I mean? So,
Also, Namor in the Black Panther.
Oh my God, yes, Namor. Dude, Namor the Submariner, the first confirmed villain in Marvel history, right? Or mutant, not villain.
Yeah, the first mutant in Marvel history.
Yeah. So
and King of Atlantis, super big douche.
Such a douche. Guy. But
and I really hope Doom ends up being in there.
Oh my God, I really hope so. Yeah. But like my one thing I always say, as soon as you introduce Doom, you have to play Benzie Box by MF Doom with CeeLo doing the chorus where it's like, his name's doom. You wonder just who is he, but don't worry. Anyway, but yeah, that has to be in there, or else I will riot, and I will go right across the street to the distinguished competition and only read Batman from now on. That's not gonna happen.
Get him.
It's funny, like that's how. Have you read like stuff coming out over the past side of things where like there was an article that came out that said that, you know, a lot of the release the Snyder cut like tweets and everything were from bots, and then people who are like firmly in the Snyder camp or whatever were like, how did like this is you're just trying to make stuff up to like discredit like the fandom and blah blah blah. And then it was like right as they released like the Blu-ray, I think, for the Snyder cut. And so their way of like rebelling against the studio was like, I'm not gonna watch it on HBO Max. I'm only gonna buy the DVD. It's like they're still getting the money. Like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with you? It's just funny. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Showed them.
They're really gonna think twice before they take our money again for the same product. Anyway, like I've never felt like, I always thought the whole Marvel versus DC thing was so dumb, but then like the deeper you get into the movies and everything, the more it's like, yeah, it's just some idiots over there, huh? We don't usually
pledge no allegiance either way.
No, and I don't really either. I was since I'm packing and everything to move away, like I like look through. I have a big long box of comics, and it's probably a 50-50 split, honestly, with you know, some Dark Horse and Dynamite and stuff thrown in there as well. Anyway, we don't usually talk this much nerd stuff on the show, you know, like we usually just kind of keep it light, keep it moving or whatever, but like it's been a busy week already. It's only Tuesday, so I didn't really have a chance to book anybody, and Drew and I just like talking comic shit anyway, so it's been pretty exciting. But that kind of does it for all the Marvel stuff that we have coming up, I think, you know, right? Who knows? That's the thing. It's like September will roll around and they'll do D23 and they'll release a whole bunch of other stuff. We'll learn about Deadpool 3 and Shang-Chi 2 and, you know, whatever else they've got on the horizon.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 4 probably, I would assume.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So
it'd be nice
anyway.
if they just did like a straight like Marvel Knights show or movie.
Oh my god. I kind of have a feeling that's what the Daredevil Born Again show is going to be, because it's 18 episodes. It feels like, because it's 18 episodes and because like by the nature of that character, you don't need a whole lot of special effects, like visual effects. So you can do a lot of stuff practical. And so I think like because you can kind of do a lot of practical stuff with the street level heroes, I think we're going to get a lot of them like throughout. I think we're going to get some Spider-Man. We're probably going to get some Luke Cage. You know, we're going to get, you know, maybe a new Iron Fist, hopefully. And
you know
some Jessica Jones.
Try not to get
what?
Monkey Paw.
Monkey Paw. Yeah. I don't even know Monkey Paw. Who's Monkey Paw?
This isn't a fun thing.
I'll put you on the stage, Drew.
I like that we go from like superhero names, and then I'm like, yeah, but how about this virus that leaves sores on your body, huh?
Oh,
don't get
monkeypox. We're talking about monkeypox.
I know.
I thought it was like a legit supervillain or something. I was like, I don't know about Monkey Paw. Yeah, don't get monkeypox, guys.
It's spread through touch, so don't touch the monkey paw.
Don't touch. Isn't that the name of Jordan Peele's production company? It's got like the
maybe. I
think it is. Yeah. Like, by the way, I saw Nope, and I will say no more about it. It was. I mean, it's good.
So good, but I love how like it looks so good, but you learn nothing from the trailer.
Absolutely. I thought of like a good way to describe the movie without giving anything away, and I will say it is a spectacular love letter to cinema, but also a condemnation of sensationalism. So do with that what you will, nerds. But also go see that movie. I've seen all his movies in the theater, and I am very pro that. I mean, it's a good movie, obviously. Anyway, let's take a break for no reason, and then when we come back, we'll do something else. I don't know. All right, what else we want to talk about? Maybe I'll start my campaign now, guys. Since I'm moving to Atlanta, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out on the ether because I don't tweet much. I want to be multiple man. Let me be multiple man. That sounds like a fun job to do. So just give it to me. Give it to me. Let me go down there and be multiple man. Anyway, what were you saying, Drew?
I went, nope, I don't have anything. And then
you got nothing?
No,
Yeah.
just let Jameson be multiple man.
Yeah, let me be multiple man. If we say it enough times, I think legally Kevin Feige has to call me. I think. I don't know. Let's find out.
It's like Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go in there in the dark and say Kevin Feige 3 times.
You know, it's funny too. Is like I like the character, and I think it would be really fun to play. But mostly, I just want to take things away from James Franco. You know?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Because they announced him to play multiple man for a minute there, and then luckily Disney bought Fox. Like, and the first thing they did was say no to that. No, sir. Yeah.
No.
So.
No, thank you, sir.
No, thank you, sir. But the one thing that I would keep, and I don't know if like he intended to do this, but I've decided to play Madrox as an Italian American man.
I like it.
I don't think it's canon, but I'm gonna make it canon. Here's a kind of a fun thing that I think is like an omen too. It's like I bought a multiple man hoodie. Right, online. I told you about this, Drew. And it got lost in the mail. Like they couldn't find my address, so I like plugged in my address or whatever. Like, this is my address. Like, I don't know why you guys are having trouble getting it to me. And so they're like, oh, I'm sorry. We'll send another one out right away. So I get my multiple man hoodie in the mail, and then like a few days later, I get another multiple man hoodie in the mail, and it's like that's a sign right there, right? You know. As you can see, I'm not that prepared to do an episode today, guys. We talked about all the Marvel things. What else is there?
All that prepared, but we were like, okay, we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, we're like, we gotta.
We did it.
Give the people what they want. All 4 of them.
Us
right?
also, because also.
Because also, and you know what? We love you guys.
We did it all for you and also.
Yep. Leaving me hanging, huh? All right.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
You're drawing. It's okay. I'm doing a very slow high five. It's okay. As soon as we're almost. Boom. Oh! Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. It is 8:48 now. I don't know where you're at on the tapestry. I'm not trying to like rush you because Drew, you're over there doing real ass art, and I'm over here just drinking wine out of a mug with my face on it 4 times, and just saying words. Oh, one thing I did want to talk about too is like, I mean, we promoted it last week because I had a show this past Thursday, and it was the first show I had done in a month. And like, let me tell you, I was like so nervous to get on stage for the first time in a month. And as soon as I held that mic in my hand, it was just like, I'm home. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just held it. And yeah, and it was very nice. It was a nice surprise. Drew and our other other siblings showed up too to support, and that was very nice. And then we got to hang out the rest of the night. So just
That's a cool
shout
place.
out to family. Yeah, Cafe Kerouac. Make it out to there. Oh, and I also found out, and I heard that you might know this, Drew, that the roast of me, 2 weeks from today, we'll have to take the week off. But August 2nd at Bossy Girls Pinup Joint, we will be doing a kind of a going away roast of me. Not sure who the roasters are yet, so I'm just going to write jokes about everyone I know, and they'll be mean. But yeah, I believe that'll be hosted, roast mastered by our good buddy, friend of the show, Ian Miller. And so if you want to wish me a goodbye, if you want to tell me to fuck off and never talk to you again, whatever you want to do, come to Bossy Girl on August 2nd. Next week I'll probably have some kind of a poster to show too. But so that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. And Drew, you knew about this already, from what I understand? Yep. Cool. So you hung out with me multiple times and said nothing.
Capacity.
You what?
I want to be a part of it in some capacity.
Absolutely.
Which is why
Yeah, you should be. Yeah.
I've always viewed you and I as like a Jerry Lewis
and Dean
Martin combo without like me beating you.
Yeah, well, I much appreciate that too, Drew. Oh, my God. Here's what I'm going to do. There's chatter behind me. I'm going to hit a button and play a sketch of some kind. And then at the end, we're going to do little pluggy plugs. And then we'll show a little tapestry. And then we'll sign off for today. How's that sound to you guys?
It sounds pretty good to me. I don't know about you guys, but it sounds
What am I going to play? Sounds pretty good to me. I don't know what I'm going to play. Let's see. Should I play the trailer for the movie that I'm in? Should I play Coin Flip? Should I play the elevator sketch again? Should I upload others? Probably.
And
I'll do happenstance or
stuff eventually too, but
we
are also lazy and afraid to continue on and do things.
That is a good summation of it. I think we are very talented, and I think we're scared of our own talent. If I can be honest, I think we're like, if we do too much, then we will destroy the world with how we make everything else
successful because I was afraid of becoming successful. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, if we start making stuff, then all these Marvel movies are going to look like shit. You know what I mean? It's going to be like, well, I mean, the Rogers brothers are really the stars of the show here. Anyway, let's play this sketch.
Oh, hey! Does quarantine have you down?
Have you already watched through all of Goof Troop twice and find there's nothing to do?
Is your cat so tired of you that he won't even make muffins on you anymore?
You know what you need.
Exercise!
Exercise.
Eggs?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh. Exercise.
You want to give your body some kind of a fighting chance against the ongoing threat of a deadly virus, but you don't want to seem like a friggin' tryhard?
Have an exercise. Hey, babe, can you...
Just give me like 4 or 5 more reps. Down and then up and then out. And then up and then up and then in and then out and then down and then up and then in and then out and then you want that there.
Are you trying to keep off that quarantine 15 by staying too busy to snack? But you've already watched everything on Netflix,
Hulu,
Amazon Prime,
HBO Max,
Stars,
Disney Plus,
your friend's favorite cousin's cable login, learner size,
DC Universe.
a crackle. You got a learner size.
Qualified immunity is a judicial doctrine that shields public officials like police officers from liability when they break the law.
Hawk was invited to President Barack Obama's June 2009 Father's Day celebration and skated in the hallways of the nearby old executive office building, which is on the White House grounds. Educational. But that style's not for everyone.
No. They say, if you're going through hell, keep going.
So we're leaning into the uncertainty of the vast abyss of human existence.
That's right. Catastrophizing. Catastrophizing?
It's aerobics, but for doom.
Catastrophizing. I saw some moisture in the basement.
Before we're taken over by some kind of like Mark Zuckerbots,
And I thought, oh no,
or some kind of, I don't know, aliens,
because of the moisture,
or another virus that's even worse than this one.
our basement wall erodes and then our apartment collapses. We had a lot of people here on New Year's.
Probably the last New Year's we're ever gonna have anyway.
We're not just gonna move during a pandemic.
Maybe like Elon Musk is involved, who knows?
So call today for a consultation.
Please call.
Please call.
Please call.
Please. Please call.
Please. You are a shadow of what you once were.
I'm still pretty happy with that sketch. Oh, see, guys, I mean, that's kind of like the whole mission statement of Plus Time from the beginning is, you know, stuff gets hard, make something cool, right? And we keep making cool stuff. So, you know, give us a pat on the back, right? Give us a hug. Come out on August 2nd. See people be really mean to me. Let's take a look at Drew's tapestry. All right, what do we got here, Drew? We got a scroll down there. We got a Batman. We got Pizza Papa's always gets paid with his pizza balls there.
MODOK in the top right corner. DC bot.
Yep.
The multiple man symbol. Werewolf.
I love that because like the werewolf by night, like we don't know when
werewolf. There's nostrils under 77, so we remember that this was the nostril special, sort of.
Oh, this was the nostril special. I thought it was like us, like proclaiming that we were going to do the nostril special.
No, I elected that this was the only time we do this.
Well, all right. Well, you gotta let
below
Trey
that
joke.
there's a pixel that is saying very dirty things. So somebody's gonna get pixel fucked.
Pixel
probably one of the animators at Disney.
Yeah. Shout out to the animators at Disney.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are doing okay. Really appreciate all the work you do. Thank you for keeping me sane and alive and all that stuff. You know.
So like our childhood and everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Every part. You know. Shout out to just animators in general.
Absolutely. Shout out to animators. If there's one thing we want you to take away from this, if there's three things we want you to take away from this episode, it's shout out animators, look at our nostrils, and I should play multiple man. Am I right?
Yes, of course.
All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I've been Jameson Rogers. Put your hands for Drew Rogers. Yeah, put your hands for our producers, Cameron Rogers and Anna Kapakova. Put your hands for yourselves. And we'll see you next week.
This is Mixlot Production.
Jameson Rogers for Jamie Madrox. Give me that part. Oh, yeah. Gonna freestyle next week. Who knows? Maybe maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you know. I don't know. Yeah. What?